going to go up here.
You didn't promote him.
Well, I think what's he on? He's on a hill. Okay, so I'll do rough terrain, and rather than the free health, and then I'll heal him up. And if basically what's going to happen here is this is going to spawn units every so often. Okay, that guy's going to stay there, but a free unit's going to spawn. If it's an archer and it spawns in here, that might be a bit of a pain in the arse. But it's not the end of the world. Basically, I don't want to have to build military units. But, and the fewer I have to build, the better efficiency I have. But, military units are very useful. Look at this guy here. You know, if this was Shin, it would be a pain in the arse. So, because you're playing in a multiplayer game, you're not really able to totally min-max. And we're not trying to totally min-max here. We're trying to play in a multiplayer game. So, I'm just going to keep the scout here, just because if that was Shin's settler...
You just take your bloody worker.
He would have taken my worker. See, there's another one here as well. Some other guy's coming around scouting. Yeah. So this guy has actually left his home, but I can't get in there.
Because they're sticky.
Because he's sticky, but this is the thing that happens. So anyway, I'm just going to fortify him there and he'll just defend that. He won't die to that. That is fine. These things are quite tanky. You'll learn this. Right, so it's time to build my first settler. I always feel like 3 pop is a good time to build your settler. Let's also buy up a hill tile. Which one do I want? I think I probably...
Get the one with the sheep.
I probably want this one, actually, because I want to get that
the one with the sheep.
Stone.
What?
Oh, the one up here.
Yeah,
I should have got that one.
Better, surely.
Sorry. I'm not paying any attention. And so we'll shift that onto there. Never mind. I'll get that one. I'll buy that one next turn, and we'll put that guy on as well. That's, I think, the best strategy I can get out of this. No, maybe this is actually slightly better, because then I get gold as well.
Or there's the one with the 2 gold, the marble. If you don't want food.
That's true. That's even better. Wow, we are min-maxing this now. This is good. So when this settler comes out, I want to make sure his path is clear to my expansion. Now, I know that Sweden is here.
Yep.
Okay. This is quite close to Sweden.
Sweden are friendly as hell, though, aren't they?
He hasn't. Well, imagine it's Shin. You know.
That's true. Yeah.
You have to think.
We're not playing against the AIs.
What if it's Shin? And would you expand this far away from your capital? Well, yes, I probably would, because look how defensible it is. If I can beat him there.
Oh my god, yeah, the bottleneck's there.
Then great. But am I going to be able to defend my settler with a scout on the way there? Probably yes, actually. So let's do it. So I'm going to have a quick look. I'll settle on here. I'll build there. That'll get that secured. Now, often, because I haven't seen anyone here, it's actually not worth expanding to here first. It's worth expanding to those contested areas first, okay? Because if you...
Make a barrier.
If you want to win the game, right, and you expand... If I expanded here first, then expanded here second, by that time, Shin has probably expanded to here.
And that's right next to your capital.
And that's dangerous, and that's going to drag me into a war. I want to expand here, and I want to keep an eye on him, okay? So this is the decision that you make early in the game, that you're going to take a spot, and you're going to defend it, because it's a good spot, and you're going to actively pay attention to your border here.
Yeah.
This is a great place to defend. Look at this bottleneck.
Yeah,
Hills.
yeah, horrible.
You know, there's no... even if I'm behind this mountain, you know, a crossbow here will be able to shoot and shoot and shoot. He's never going to come through. He's not going to be able to... From here, he'll have one ship, or a couple of ships maybe, bombarding me from miles away. It's not going to do anything. It's crap. So I feel like that's a really great place.
Take the... Oh, no, you can't. No.
So, okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about our general plan. We obviously... The 4-city National College is our strat. Yep. So we know where one of our cities is going to be. We probably know where all of our cities are going to be. In fact, we've pretty much plotted them out. One there, one here, maybe. Or maybe up here. We don't know what's up here, but it looks like tundra. There is assault there. That doesn't look great. Who knows what's up there? We'll have a look in a minute. I get the impression it might be coast, but we'll find out. So maybe there is a spot up there that's okay, and if it's there, and there, that's fine. I think like this river system might be a good sort of. I mean, this is fairly defensible. Like we can post a few troops. That might be a 5th city, and that's okay. If we can get a good spot for a 5th city, that is fine. But we're going to stick to the current 4-city National College plan for now. So the general plan is that we...
For city, I guess you'd put out where you want, if you need like a really useful resource like oil or something.
But then again, no, not necessarily. Again, like I think that is a real mistake. If you are putting down a city to get oil, you've messed up in the early game.
Or coal.
Very rarely are you going to have your 4-city national college set up going nicely. If I get a city here, a city here, a city here, and another one, a 4th city, that is such a large area of land that I will usually have everything I need in that.
Really?
There will always be a coal, an oil, or something. Or by that time, there will be a city-state that you're friends with or close to that has it.
Right, yeah.
You will not need, very, very rarely, it does happen, but rarely, when you have enough land, you don't need that extra land. So what we're doing here is we're going to link up our luxuries. That's important. So you're pretty much at this stage of the game. I've chosen pottery, animal husbandry. I got this in a ruin. I wouldn't normally have got it actually this early, and mining. So now I have to choose what I want to get. The wheel's actually okay because of watermills and chariot archers. I don't actually have horses, which is unfortunate. Now,
I guess wheel goes towards the Petra, which is what you're going to want.
That's true, but it is a second city thing. Who knows what else has happened? I think when the Pantheons start going, if Desert Folklore goes, I'll know that someone else has got a desert city and they might be going for Petra. I don't want to invest things into that too much. I want to focus on getting my resources out first. So what I'm actually going to do is build a quarry.
Right.
Now, this is a pretty bad one to go down compared to all the others. But I don't really need a plantation. Well, what have I got? I'm already improving the salt. Marble's there. This is salt. There's another quarry here. This is a quarry too.
Marble, yes.
Okay, so I'm going with the quarry just to get that up quickly. So I'll build a mine on here, go up there, build a farm, go here, build the quarry. Quarries are good because they do help you build early game wonders, even though I'm not actually planning to build any right now.
Ooh.
He wants an embassy, and I don't want him to have an embassy because I don't really want him to. Actually, is that him there? No, it's Celts. I don't really want him to see where my capital is, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I'll just leave it as it is. Build a mine. Let's move these guys back a tile.
If you create a multiplayer game with just yourself and AI, they don't do that crappy annoying screen thing where they try and trade with you.
Oh, really?
It just like happens like in a multiplayer game.
So if he's attacking across a river, okay.
Yeah.
So let's just see.
You're going to own him.
I'm going to kill him, but basically, if he tries to attack me across the river, he gets a big negative bonus. So I'm not really interested in attacking these barbarians. That's the thing. I don't actually care about them at all. I just don't want them to damage my things.
Yeah.
That's all. So I just camp him on the thing and I zone him. I think that's what it's called, a zone of control, actually. People will be correcting a lot of my mistakes in a thread on Reddit, and maybe what I'll do is I'll link to that thread so you can see the biggest errors that I have made in this game. But I like to just stay close to my city, shoot them, and heal up.
So we're finishing off now because you get XP.
He'll probably suicide into me, so I don't need to. I'd rather not move to that tile,
right?
Because I don't know where other people are coming from, and also I heal up if I don't move, so I'd rather just keep him healing.
Fair enough.
Holding this guy here will stop barbarians spawning in this area. It's unlikely they'll spawn in that area, but what happens is, as soon as that spawns, I'll move it here, I'll start moving this guy back. We'll hook up, we'll join together, we'll march there together, we'll found the city. Okay? So vision stops camps and barbarians spawning. The last thing I'd want is to get my settler there and a fucking barbarian
Would
camp
it be worth moving
your
scout up to that hill, that grassy hill though, so in case Sweden wants to expand, you've got them blocked?
Well, I don't want to move the settler unguarded. I'm more concerned about, we're lucky that there's a city-state here.
Yeah.
Because the barbarians will head
They're
for
not
that.
going to spawn right next to it.
Imagine there wasn't a city-state there. I'm not so worried about blocking because I don't have enough units really. I can take it now. Finish off my mine. Okay, so that mine is finished. It's now generating a crap ton of resources.
Oh, nice! Look at that food from it.
Which I should be diverting to. Settlers now 3 turns.
How come the mine made the food go up? Is it because it's just part of Salt's thing?
I think Salt gets +1 food and +1 production when you build a mine on it, which is
that makes
really
sense actually because it's a food.
So I can move him next turn. Okay, cool. All right, next turn. So adopting policies.
New policy. So which one do you go for first?
Well, this is irrelevant because I'm not building wonders.
Right.
So let's just start working my way down. This isn't the
So
worst.
It's kind of it's a bit boring for an early wonder, isn't it? You don't really get any benefit from that.
Well, look how many units I've got. The thing is, if I am being quite insular, it's nice to have a bit of city defence,
Right?
Really, but it's not. It doesn't do anything really for me. It's not economically very good. But in a multiplayer game,
No, I guess. But in our games, we don't really have combat this early ever.
This is very true, and this is why this 4 cities tradition strategy is often very, very safe, because people won't attack you in the early game. They really, it really is very.
Because it just messes up their game so much that it's just never really worth it.
Yeah, so people do attack you, but I think that's because
it usually hurts them more than it hurts you, though.
Civ is a game about making. Once you hit the early game, you have a decision to make at the end of the early game, and I'll tell you what that is in a minute. It wants me to build the wheel, which is watermills, and that's okay. I haven't really got any trapping. I'm not too worried about libraries right now. I want to get some more cities out.
You need to work.
Iron might be okay. Again, like you decide what to do based on what luxuries you have. And I don't have any silly luxuries like silk or stuff like that. So maybe that's not great. The wheel actually is pushing me towards Hanging Gardens, which isn't the end of the world. It just so happens that that's the way this game is going.
Yeah.
And if I end up getting Hanging Gardens, it's not the end of the world. Also, Watermill, fairly good building.
There's your settler.
Okay, so now this is red. This is what you have to pay attention to. If your settler finishes and you are starving your city to death, you will lose a population if you are not careful. This is where you can really fuck it up.
So now do you just unlock everything and go on
I reset tiles.
Default focus or something?
Okay. So I reset tiles and then I lock back on the best food tiles. Or
you could just go on to food focus. Or
I think, what else do I want to build? Oh, fucking nothing.
Granary.
Let's build another settler.
No?
Well, there's no point. I still haven't got enough of these tiles good yet. And this is making 10 production a turn, which is pretty good.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I can. I've got 8 happiness.
Yeah.
I'm like the happiest guy. I moved this settler here. That's okay. I can't see anything. This is scary time.
Pantheon at last.
Cool. Okay, I'm scared of this settler, so I'm just going to move him there. I can't see anything, but I'm going to move this back a couple, just to link up this work. I'm going to fortify here. Oh, I could just bully it a bit, actually. Let's just bully it a bit. Now that means that he can't come down here. Normally he would be able to, but because of the zone of control, he can't. So
that's really useful, actually. That's something I never knew.
Right, now, there are many of these, and almost all of them are terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of them are good, some of them aren't good. For example, Faith from Quarries is actually okay. I'm building a fucking quarry already.
Ideally, are you looking for extra faith? Is like the main
I'm actually looking for Faith, yeah. The Faith is probably the best one you're looking for. Like, Desert Folklore's great.
Desert Folklore's good. If on your second city, it's going to be really good.
Desert Folklore's great. Dance the Aurora is terrible, mostly because Tundra tiles are just bad. Desert tiles are good. Like,
well, since you're about to found a desert city, would it worth getting that then?
Well, I'm founding it on the hill. I'll be
Next
working
to
the sheep.
A whole load of tiles.
So that is two faiths straight away.
2 instantly.
It will be working these hills most definitely pretty soon. And if I get Petra, holy shit!
Yeah,
that's really, really, really good. Obviously my Pantheons come fairly late. I feel I turned 24. That's pretty late for a Pantheon. It feels like
it's the second one though.
So maybe Desert Folklore's gone. Let's say Desert Folklore's gone. It does get snapped up in these games. What else would I go for?
Someone with like a desert capital would take it then. So there's Assault one, which is going to be good for your third city and first city.
Assault one is Earth Mother, which is here. Now, I haven't revealed Iron yet, but usually there is an Iron around most capitals. If you have it on Strategic Balance Resources, which we don't, there is an Iron resource in every capital.
Why don't we use that? That sounds good.
Yeah, maybe we should be using that from now on. I think that's a better one. And so that almost guarantees, a couple of faith. The quarries, and there'll be a quarry here. That's actually pretty good. This one will have a quarry too.
Yeah, your third city you're going to have 2 salt though.
This one does have 2 salt.
Yeah.
But you only get 1 faith.
Then you'll be getting 3.
So I don't know. Otherwise, the good ones here are actually, this is okay, pastures. because you want to work pastures. Look, I'm getting one pasture here. There'll be a pasture here, a pasture here. There'll be a pasture here.
That's
if I
true.
had horses, there would be more of them. So
you do have a lot of sheep, actually.
And cows. It feels like the pastures one is actually good, as opposed to the plantations one, which is bad. The reason it's bad is because you just often don't want to choose to work. If I had a wine here that was giving me 1 food and 2 gold, or 3 gold, I wouldn't want to work it because I don't need the gold. I need the production and the food early game.
Right.
So you're not going to get much out of it, surprisingly.
There's always God King, which gives you culture, faith, gold, production, and science.
God King is really good if you can snag it. And honestly, it's a good one because one production is surprisingly a lot. It might mean the difference between this being built in 6 turns or 5 turns, which is relevant. Everything gets sped up. So my personal choice here is very dependent on this type of stuff. What we'll do is we'll maybe make a few.
There's always the one with nature, which gives you 4 guaranteed.
After we've finished our 4 cities and we're happy with how it looks, I'll random up a few maps and we'll talk about what starting locations and what pantheons you should have. The fishing boats surprisingly is good because you have to build a lot of fishing boats. It's fiddly. Some of these are actually not as good as you think either. And this is particularly bad for Titty's Red. The reason it's bad is because it only counts on excess food. Now, imagine this is making me 5 food. If I'm starting to grow, maybe I've got like 2 food excess.
Right.
So fertility rights gives me 0.2 food.
Right.
Which is so small that, it's just not worth it. If it's kind of just not good.
It's 5 turns to get 1 food.
What we're really doing with the Pantheon, the best thing to do with the Pantheon is to power you into a religion. So you want to get something with faith. This is quite a good one if you have gold and silver. This is on foods. So you want to go faith best, food second best, really.
Okay.
We're going to go with
and production.
I really feel like Stone Circles is a bad one because it's quarries, but I quite like it.
You do have a lot of quarries though.
Because we've got 2 quarries.
It's 2 per each. Actually, it is a good one.
It's possible that pastures is better, but I'm going to go with quarries because that quarry is nearly done.
Yeah.
And imagine we're just going to pretend that Desert Folklore had gone, and we're not going to answer the question of whether or not I should have gone there.
Okay.
Put that one there.
Something wrong.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
So I went for Delicatessen.
Delicatessen.